So suppose that there is a point charge here, suppose positive, right, plus q point charge. And here is one point in space, and I want to find out how much is the electric field at the point P. That's what this topic is all about. So it is clear? What we are going to do is clear or not? We want to find electric field at this point. Suppose this point is such that the position vector of that point from this charge is r. So by extension of that idea, this distance can be written as r, correct? I hope you are not confused between these. This is the vector and this is the magnitude of that. Alright? Now, how do we find electric field? Do you remember the procedure? Take a test charge. Do you remember? And put it at whichever point you want to find electric field. Okay, once you do that, you can find F and then divide that F by Q. So you get your answer. Correct or not? Everyone remembers that? Okay, let's do it. So let's say we put a point charge here, Q. Okay, and suppose Q is also positive. Right? Suppose Q is also positive. So we can say force on test charge Q, which is greater than 0, is F on Q is equal to nothing extraordinary here, magnitude KQQ by R square. Now what about direction? Direction of force on this one, if this is positive and this is also positive, then it will get repelled. So do you agree that this is the direction of force on Q? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. Sure? Okay. What direction? Is it in direction of r vector or opposite to direction of r vector? In direction of r vector. R hat. Done? This is FQ. Now how to find electric field at that point? Divide by Q. So electric field at point P due to charge capital Q is EP vector equal to FQ, F small q divided by small q. Right? Can you divide it yourself? What do we get? What do we get? Yes, we will get only K capital Q by R square R hat. Alright? EP, electric field at the point P, is K capital Q by R square R hat. Alright? Doesn't it look like? Do you remember? Yes. See, nothing new. Like I said, this is just gravitation chapter in a different form. I is equal to Gm by R square was gravitational field intensity. This is electric field intensity. Kq by R square. Okay? But now, let's write down the terms. You know, sometimes I've seen students getting confused with the meaning of this equation. Okay, so this is a very important formula, everyone. I will change the barabar. Make from here to here. Alright? Electric field due to a point charge capital Q is this. What are the terms here? Q stands for the source charge. Source charge is which charge? What is the meaning of source charge? Source charge is the charge that creates the electric field. Alright? So this charge has created electric field, the agent. Hopefully you remember the agent story. So we are finding how strong is the agent here and this one, right? So this is the source charge. Fine. Then small r stands for distance of point P. From where? From charge Q. Yes. Okay, or from the source. Understood? Everything else is known. You can, if you want, you can just indicate what is r hat. R hat stands for radially outward direction. Radially outward direction from Q. Okay, R hat stands for radially, unit vector in radially outward direction from Q. Now let's try to draw a little simple diagram of this thing, whatever we have written. So let's put the formula back again. Electric field due to a point charge. Remember, it's only due to a point charge. Later on we'll have some other formulas which are not for a point charge, for some other things. Alright? Okay. This is it. Now suppose here is the point charge Q. Okay, that's Q. At this point on the right side, listen to this carefully. The electric field, look at this formula or look at this diagram either. The electric field is in r hat direction. R hat direction means from the charge Q towards that. So electric field will be in this direction. Is this clear? Clear or not? I can give you one more explanation. Do you realize that we took test charge positive? So this is a positive charge which is placed inside this electric field. So for a positive charge placed inside electric field, the force and the electric field are in for it. Now suppose instead of this you take the test charge and you put it here, then the force on it will be in which direction? Force on this will be in which direction? Upwards. Clear or not? Clear or not? Upwards, they repel. So at this point, what will be the direction of electric field? Upwards. Clear? Sure? Here the electric field is upwards. So like this you can draw it at every other point. Suppose you take one point on the left side, electric field will be left side. So basically, this sentence does help. What is meaning of that sentence? Radially outward direction from Q. What is meaning of radially outward? Here is a circle. Here is the center. How do you draw radius? How do you draw radius? From center to something. Here. See? Here. So what are these directions called? What are these directions called? Radially outward. Understood? What would be meaning of radially inwards? Opposite. Fine. Meaning of that word clear? So what this last thing is telling you is that electric field at every point over here is in r hat direction, and r hat means radially outward. Charge again, point again, electric field down. Here point is the electric field down. Here the diagonally like this. Clear? What if it's here? What if it's here? Diagonal. What if it's here? Diagonal. Did you understand? Yes or no? Sure? Let's write this diagram. We describe this. Okay, we can say very important sentence. Electric field of positive charge is always pointed or pointing, whatever you write, away from the charge. Or you can say electric field always points away from the positive charge. देखा इधर diagram में, electric field is pointing away from where? Away from the positive charge. Got it? Sure? Let's try to draw and understand what's going to happen for a negative point charge. Suppose instead of plus q, there was some q which itself was negative, right? This q itself is negative. Go to the formula first. Formula will not change. The direction gets reversed. Because q is positive, this is r hat, that is radially outward. If q is negative, because of that minus sign, it will not be radially outward, it will be radially inward. Is that clear? That was math. I can also prove it using very simple physics. Suppose you put a positive test charge here. Okay, this is a positive test charge. Force on this charge because of this negative charge will be towards. Force on this positive test charge because of this negative charge will be towards left side. Is that clear? Okay, sure. This will attract that. Okay, now you know that for a positive charge, the force and electric field, they are in, for a positive charge, the force that it experiences, this is force on Q. The force that this charge gets and the electric field are in same direction. So what does that mean? At this point, what's the direction of electric field? Opposite to? Opposite to what? It will be left side. Clear or not clear? Clear?
Yes.
Over here? Downward. Yes, same thing. If you put a positive test charge, it will get attracted. And the direction of force and electric field for a positive test charge is always the same. Right? Like this over here, like this over here. Similarly over here. Why don't you draw this diagram? Okay? It will point like this towards the sun. Can you write a similar sentence? Do it yourself. You have 1 minute. Don't forget to draw this diagram. Plus is it? So that's P. P is greater than 0. How can a point be greater than 0? Point is a point. Or negative charge. So the formula is important, the direction, its description, all that is important. Alright? Now, time for proportionality. Do you see that in magnitude all this is E proportional to 1 by R squared? Yes or no? Okay, so graph, you all big math students, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Okay, if this is R, this is E here. Okay, you can just draw a graph like this. Okay, because E is proportional to 1 by R. Right? So this is the graph for a point charge electric field. As R will increase, electric field will decrease. Right. Now, mirroring this as well. Okay. Now the superposition principle for electric field. So that is, if instead of one charge, multiple charges are creating electric field. Right? See, earlier in this topic we studied that if there is only one charge, then we can find electric field simply by kq by r square r hat. Alright? What if there are multiple? Simple, just basic idea that one charge does not affect the electric field of other. That is, they don't interfere with it. What does that mean? Suppose you have got some point P here and there are, let's say, two charges, again assuming them to be positive, very simple discussion. So Q1 here, right, and let's say Q2 here, right? So these are 2 point charges over here and over here. We want to find out what's the electric field at the point P. Now, superposition principle says that presence of other charge does not affect this in applying electric field. So, there will be 2 electric fields at P. One will be due to the first charge. Did you understand this? Why is it in that direction? Because electric field of a positive charge always points away from that charge. Got it? Second one, this is also positive. So its electric field will be in this direction. Did you understand? Sure? So this is electric field at P due to 2. But now, here there will be 2 vectors at the point P. So there will be a result. Make sense? There will be a resultant. So the net electric field, if you want to find it out, you'll have to do it by vector addition. So we can simply say that net electric field at P. I'm not writing the words, you have to write the words yourself. Net electric field at P is the vector addition of electric fields due to individual charges. That is, in formula form, it's this. You have to convert this to language, to English. Alright, I have written it in math. Electric field at the point P is due to is the vector sum, vector addition of the individual electric field. Right? So EP1 vector, EP2 vector, and so on. If there are 3, then there will be 2. There will be one more element. So you can always find this by resultant. Okay? Do you remember that? Okay, so that will be EP. Further, if you want to specify all this, you can write it like this as well. Does this make sense to you? KQ1 by RP1 square, RP1 hat. What's that? If you define one vector like this, which is RP1 vector, then the distance between these two is RP1, and that's the direction. Similarly, you define one vector from here to here as RP2 vector, and then so on and so forth. Alright? So here we should write KQ2 by RP2 square, RP2 hat. All this is just mathematics. It has nothing to do with understanding physics behind it. Right? If there are 3, you write one more. If there are 100, you write as many. No problem. But a key mistake, very common mistake that people make. Here, look at the mistake. If suppose this force is 5 Newton, and let's say this force is 7 Newton, then people make it, 7 Newton per coulomb, excuse me, not force, electric field. So suppose this is 5 Newton per coulomb, this is 7 Newton per coulomb, then the answer, the total will not be 12 Newton per coulomb. Why not 12? Yep, one addition નથી આવતું એટલે. So what is the problem? Vectors are to be added, not magnitudes. એટલે 5 plus 7 12 નથી કરવાનું. Is that clear? આ પાડો વાંધો નહીં, પણ તમે એકવાર તો આવું કરશો અને કરશો જ. ઓકે, ધ્યાન રાખજો. Whenever you have to use superposition principle, directions are important. Alright? Be careful. Well, I'm going to erase everything on the board. Time to solve questions based on superposition principle. Okay. Example. We have done 5. No. How many have we done? 8. Kitla examples are 9. Okay. 9 is what we are doing. 2-point charges Q1 and Q2 of magnitude plus 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb and minus 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb respectively. They are placed at 0.1 meter apart. Calculate the electric field at point A, B and C as shown in the figure. Do you see homework opportunity or not? There are 3 points A, B and C. Okay, I'll solve the toughest here on the board, that is C. Okay, the C point which is on the bisector, as you can see in the diagram. Okay, A and B are for homework. પહેલા જ કહી દો છું એટલે ભૂલી ન જાઓ. Alright, you have to find for A and B as homework. Now let's get started with C. So you help me with the diagram. Number 9. Example 1. Okay, so positive side is on which side? Positive charge on which side? Right, left. Positive on left side. Left. Okay. Q1. And how much? 10 raised to minus 8 coulomb. You can write it as 10 nano coulomb, isn't it? Yes. Nano being 10 raised to minus 9. Okay. So if someone is seen with a nano car, don't tell them you have 1 billionth of a car. Right? That's not what it means. Q2 minus 10 raised to minus 8, so that is minus 10 nano. Point C is on perpendicular bicycle. Okay, point C is here. Now we have to find, take the question again, what do we have to find?
Electric field.
Electric field at point C. Okay, now how many charges are there? 2 or 3? 2 or 3? How many charges are there? 2 or 3? Only 2 charges are there. One is here, the other is there. These 2 charges will create 2 individual electric fields. At which point? At point C. Remember, at C there is nothing. Alright? Electric field can be there. It's like agents, I told you. Agents are watching. There doesn't have to be a charge here. Still the agents are there. They are watching. They are waiting for someone to come. Well, so electric field at C will be 2 electric fields. So first of all, due to the positive charge, forget that for a while. This charge, that point, electric field will be for a positive charge. Due to a positive point charge, electric field will be away from the charge. So in this direction, did you understand? EC1 is clear or not clear? EC1 is clear? Alright. Okay. Now for this one. Electric field due to the negative charge will be towards the charge. Yes or no?
Yes.
Everybody. Towards the charge. So I'm asking towards the charge. समझा है? यानी towards the charge में क्या है? Towards the charge. All right. Is this clear?
Yes.
EC1 and EC2. Fine. What to do then? Resultant, isn't it?
Yes.
Clear or not clear? Okay. But for finding resultant, let's find out the magnitudes first. I want to know the distances. How much is this distance?
0.1.
0.1. Given in the question?
Yes.
Okay. And this one will also be 0.1, right? Alright? And what's this?
0.0.
That's also 0.1. So equilateral triangle, isn't it?
Yes.
Right? Occur. What happened? Distance is? Nothing. Then how much is it? Okay. Alright, no problem. So this is 0.1 all the way. Right? It's an equilateral triangle. Okay, very good. Now we want to find resultant of these two. Do you remember resultant magnitude formula? R equals, raise your hand if you remember it. R equals resultant magnitude. R is equal to, yes, Kevin.
A square plus B square plus 2AB plus B.
Absolutely sure. You are missing something? Yes, under root. So under root A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. Very good. Sit down. We need 3 things here. A, B and theta. Right? A means first vector's magnitude, B means second vector's magnitude, and theta is the angle between them. Let's start. EC1 in magnitude. Do you realize that EC1 and EC2 will be same?
Yes.
Or not?
Same.
Why so? From here to here, distance 0.1 and charge value 10 nano. From here to here, distance same 0.1 and charge magnitude same. So because the magnitudes are same, the electric field EC1 and EC2 in magnitude are also same. Okay?
Yes.
How much? Can someone tell me? Raise your hand. How much? You need to find that in your notebook. Come on, find it and tell me what's the answer. How much? We are check the calculation. You have made a silly mistake somewhere. 3. 9 3. No. 9 into 10 raised to 9 is A first of all. Into Q. Q is nanocoulomb. 10 nanocoulomb or 10 raised to minus 8. Clear? Divided by R square. The formula is AQ by R square in magnitude. Okay or not? Which formula we are using? Electric field due to a point charge number 1. So KQ by R square. How much is distance between point and the charge? 0.1. 0.1 square means 10 raised to minus 2. Clear? Fine? Simplify this. So this is 9 into 10 raised to 3. 9 minus 8, 1 and plus 2, 3. Okay? Both of these are same. Now, what's the angle between them?
120.
What's the angle between them? 60.
120.
This angle 60. 120. Okay or not?
Yes.
Alright? Because it's an equilateral triangle, so this is 60. That has to be 120. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, so you can now write net electric field EC equal to, what's the formula? Put everything. Now see, hopefully you have noted it earlier as well. I mean, I have noted it many times that whenever there are two magnitudes which we have to take resultant of and they are same, and the angle is 120, the resultant final answer is also the same. Check कर लेते हैं. आओ आवे. याद रहे तो रखो. क्यों फाइंड एग्जाम में? फाइंड नहीं. आज जरा लखना पनो. Okay, for showing that okay, you know how to do it. Okay, correct. I think I'm done. Clear? I'm leaving this for you to finish. Okay? Like this, you have to do it for B and C. Here's the procedure again. Look at the point. Acha, ye point. Like that. Okay? Then what to do? Draw arrows. Y for electric field is a vector. Here, here. Like that. And any other point. Then see the directions. Angles or something. If two vectors are simply in opposite direction, you can subtract their magnitude, isn't it? Do you know that or not? Suppose there is a force 5 Newton like this and there is a force 3 Newton like this. Then total force is?
2 Newton.
Total force is? 2 Newton. 8 sides, total force. Total. Addition. Only 2 Newton. Very good. Will you go down? 2 Newton. Clear or not? આવડી ગયું ને સેમ ડાયરેક્શન હોય તો પાછા આનાથી નો કરવા જતા cos 0 મૂકશો ને પછી okay, be careful. If they are in same direction, just add the numbers. It's easy. Got it? Fine. I'm telling you about these two because that's what is going to happen in other 2 points. Okay? That is what will happen in the other 2 points. So that's why they are slightly easier. Okay, we go to the exercise now. We go to the exercise. What's the question? I forgot its number. Let me see. Number 8. Number 8 in the exercise. Okay. I want you to draw those two charges, A on left side and B on right side. Okay. A on left side, B on right side. That way you draw it. Okay. So that we all can discuss it easily. Then how much is the charge at A, how much is the charge at B? We are solving question A. Okay, distance between A and B is given 20 centimeters. Fine. Now what's the first question? What's the first question? What is the electric field at midpoint? So put M as the midpoint, or O, anything. M is better, I guess. Okay. O is given? Okay. Sorry, I didn't see. O karna. So O is the midpoint. We have to find electric field at O. Now how many charges will create electric field at O? 2 charges. So draw 2 electric fields, one EOA and one EOB. In which direction, that you have to decide by yourself. Very sure. Did you draw? Priya? Yes, neighbor, draw. EOA will be in which direction? At A, do we have positive charge or negative charge? So electric field of a positive charge is always pointing away from the charge. Alright. And electric field for B, that is EOB, towards B, correct? Towards the negative charge. So both electric fields point in opposite direction. Yes or no? Both electric fields point in opposite direction. Yes or no? No, they point in same direction. Very good. Good. થઈ જાય ને હવે તો? How to find total electric field? How to find total electric field? By adding. Clear? Homework. Part B, homework. Alright, in part B we are putting a point charge over there. If we put a point charge, then how much force will act? We can find it easily. Yes or no? Yes. Sure? Because if you find electric field E and then you put a charge Q, then how much force will act on that charge? F vector equal to QE value. Got it? Okay. Now, what is the next topic? What is the next topic? Electric field lines. Okay. Like I said earlier, electric fields cannot be seen. They are there but cannot be seen. Then normally, what happens is, if you cannot see something and we still want to understand it better and all that, we try to visualize it or we try to imagine it and try to draw it. So electric field lines is about that. We draw electric field. Okay, I know we cannot draw it really. You can't draw something that is not visible. But this is a representation. That's why it's called a representation. So electric field lines is a representation of electric field. Remember, electric field lines are not really there. That is our way of representing electric field. Did you understand what I said? Field is there, yes. But field lines are not there. That is our way of drawing or indicating. Got it? Okay, fine. Now, how to draw them, or what are some important things related? First of all, how to draw it for a positive pointer. We'll start with the easy. Suppose here is a pointer. Here is this charge Q and here is one point. Electric field at this point is away from the charge. Yes or no? Yes. At this point also it will be away from the charge like this. Correct or not? Yes. Over here also away. Like this. Here. 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 Do you understand? In every direction I can do this. Yes. In every direction I can do this. So what are electric field lines? Well, we just join them. These arrows. Do you see these arrows? We join them. Okay, not like that. We will join the arrows that are pointing in the same direction. So, if I join this, I get electric field line. Did you understand? Yes. If I join this, I get another electric field line. Clear or not clear? If I join this, I'll get one more. Similarly here, 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 here. How many should be drawn? Yeah. The correct answer, you can draw infinite if you want, but the truth is, it's the choice of the person who is drawing. You can draw as many as you. Okay, don't draw zero though. I said it is your choice. Zero can also be your choice, right? You can say, sir, we want to draw zero. Well, so this is what a field line diagram looks like. So this is a way to visualize electric field. એટલે હવે કોઈ તમને એમ કે electric field એટલે તમને એવું દેખાય છે આમ બધી બાજુ બહાર Is that clear? No, really, this is helpful. I'm not joking. It is helpful, right, to visualize that this point charge Q has created electric field everywhere, and the field is pointing like this. Okay, fine. Can we draw similarly for a negative charge in a separate case?
Yes.
What would it look like?
Towards.
Inwards. Correct or not?
Yes.
The field lines will point inward. Yes, these field lines are continuous. Continuous, I don't think I have to explain that. Continuous, you know what's continuous, right? Without breaks. Without breaks. Okay? Don't draw like this. Okay? Fine. Now, from looking at a field line diagram, okay, this is a field line diagram, this is the field line diagram. By looking at these kind of field line diagrams, we can easily find out about electric field intensity, which is a vector, right? Every vector has two parts. One, direction, and second, magnitude. Correct or not? This is a vector. We can find everything about this vector. Not, sorry, I take my word back. Not everything, but most of the things. We can do a comparison of magnitude. We can do a comparison of magnitude, and we can also get an idea about direction. So first, let's have a look at how to find direction using this diagram. अरे डायरेक्शन तो डायग्राम में देखाय જ છે દેખાય છે કે ન દેખાતી એમાં કઈ સમજાવવા જેવું લાગે just to clarify it for everyone. Okay, these arrows they indicate the direction of electric field. Electric field also, right? Not just field line but also electric field. But yes, here the field lines are straight. That's why it's not a problem. Sometimes the field lines are curved. What to do then? That I'll come back to that point a little bit later. Okay? So basically, although we call it lines, but sometimes they are not lines, they are curves. એટલે કોઈ કે મેં ઇલેક્ટ્રિક ફીલ્ડ લાઈન ડ્રો કરી તો આવી દેખાતી. This is a field line, but it's called a field. It's not straight, I know, but it's still called a field line, right? Okay. Fine. What to do in that situation about direction, we'll talk about that later. Let's come to magnitude. Very easy. If you would look at 2 points, one here and one little bit far from the chart. So keep this in mind. For a point charge, E is proportional to 1 by R square. So which electric field is more in magnitude, EA or EB? Which electric field is more in magnitude? EA or EB? Okay, the power by EA. It is close. Distance is small. Magnitude will be more. Yes or no?
Yes.
એવું કહેતો ને કે બીજું જાદુ કર્યું તમને મેથડ પછી secret હોય. So EA greater than EB. Okay. Do you see that at the point A, the field lines are close to each other? But at B, they are spread out or far away from each other. Right? It's not a coincidence. This happens every time. Okay, have a look here. Look at this point A. Near the point A, the field lines are close to each other. Over here, the field lines are far away from each other. So we can write one sentence. Okay, which is a common, used in all kind of diagrams of field lines. Relative closeness of field lines is proportional. Relative closeness of field lines is proportional to magnitude or strength, whatever you want to call it, magnitude or strength of electric field. Is this sentence clear? Is this sentence clear or not clear?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay, so we are seeing that here and A are very close to each other and they are far from each other. Right? So based on the diagram we can decide where it would be less and where it would be more in magnitude. Right? Just use this sentence. Where they are close, the field strength is more. But like I said, you can only do comparison between 2 points. Can you find it exactly? No. Someone says, okay, look at this diagram and find out how much is EA. Then I say, no, I can't do it. Nobody can do it. Did you understand?
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay? Now, what to do about curves? Let's talk about that. What to do about direction if the electric field line is curved? So, suppose the field line is like this. Right? Suppose the electric field line is like this. The idea is simple. Suppose you want to find out the electric field at this point. Just draw a tangent. But tangent could go this way or that way, correct? Tangent is a line. Line is in both directions. We will choose the arrow direction. Did you understand? Don't move. This clear. Electric field at this point is in that direction. Why? We have drawn a tangent to the curve. Alright? So write the sentence. Tangent to field line indicates direction of E vector at that point. Clear? Tangent to field line indicates the direction of electric field at that point. Suppose there is another point here, let's say S. If you want to find direction of electric field at S, what to do? Repeat the same procedure. That is, draw a tangent, but follow the arrow. So should I draw it towards left? No, I should draw it towards right. Did you understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely sure. Clear? Fine. So that's it for this one.